Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. As you know, we are going to discuss the biological molecule in my previous video, where I told you that about carbohydrates, lipids, proteins. They are polymers, and what are their monomers, the chemical structure. And now, today, according to our syllabi, as you know, the paper code is 5090, and definitely this is the latest syllabi 2024 to 2025 and 6. So students, as you see here, now we are going to start the structure of DNA, and according to the syllabi of the Cambridge, we just need that DNA. What is DNA? What are the nucleotides? And we need a little information about it. In my previous video, which I uploaded 4 days back, I told you the starch, glucose, protein, and lipid test as well. So this is the last topic of this unit, biological molecule, and after that I will start plant nutrition. So let's start from the unit or the topic of this unit, DNA, which is actually deoxyribonucleic acid. So students, simply think is this: DNA is the abbreviation of deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid is actually a nucleic acid which is present in all the living cells, not in plants, animals, but in bacteria as well. But the thing is this, in eukaryotic, in advanced cells like plant and animal cells, this DNA along with the protein combine together and form a chromosome, thread-like structure. Chromosomes, as we already studied in chapter number 1, that the chromosomes, there are 46 chromosomes in each cell of human body. So these chromosomes are actually made up of DNA. As you see, I showed here in the diagram that in the nucleus, chromosomes are present, and each chromosome has two arms which are called chromatids, and each chromatid is made up of one DNA molecule. Each chromatid is made up of one DNA molecule. It means that in one chromatid, one DNA strand or one DNA molecule is present. So two chromatids, two DNA molecule in each chromosome. Students, here is the structure of a DNA molecule. It looks like a double helical structure. There are actually two chains which are twisted around each other. What? The chains? Yes, the chains which are made up of small units which are linked together. So they make a long chain. There are two chains in one DNA molecule. And what is the name of these small units who make these long chain? The name of the unit is nucleotide. Nucleotide. So nucleotides link together in long chains. So two chains twisted around each other and form a DNA molecule. So actually DNA molecule is made up of nucleotides. What are these nucleotides? How they look like and what is the chemical composition? So here you see each nucleotide is made up of three molecules: deoxyribose sugar, phosphate, and nitrogen containing base. Like you see acid and bases. These are the bases which has nitrogen. So nitrogen containing bases, there are four bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine, which are labeled as ATGC. So here you see one nucleotide, a nucleotide which has three molecules, and these nucleotides are linked together. I draw here. This is one nucleotide with adenine, another nucleotide with guanine, another nucleotide with cytosine. If you see all the nucleotides, they are similar in structure except they have a different nitrogenous base. They have same deoxyribose sugar, all the nucleotides, they have phosphate molecule, and the nitrogenous base they attach is different. So that's why there are four types of nucleotides which link together by bonding and they form a polynucleotide chain. And two chains linked together, twisted around each other to form one DNA molecule. But the important thing is this, students, that the DNA molecule in which you see the DNA strand, the DNA strand from the center is linked together by these nitrogenous bases because these uprights are made up of sugar and phosphate, and in the center the adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine, they are linked together by hydrogen bonds. Between A and T there's a double hydrogen bond, and between G and C there's a triple hydrogen bond. So in this way a complete ladder is formed. So in DNA molecule, if you see, two strands are twisted around each other and they remain intact because of the hydrogen bonding between A, T, G, and C. So this is the brief description of DNA, the nucleotide, according to the specification syllabus given by the Cambridge. But one more thing, which we'll discuss in detail in inheritance chapter, that each DNA molecule carry lots of information about the proteins. A small segment or the piece of DNA which carry information for one particular protein is called gene. Yes, one DNA molecule is definitely a long molecule which carry the information of many proteins. So it means it has many genes in it. So dear student, if I summarized the DNA, so you simply understand that deoxyribonucleic acid or DNA is definitely the essential part of all the cells. In the eukaryotic cells, plant and animal cell, DNA is present in the nucleus and form thread-like chromosomes. DNA carries the genetic information about the proteins who are synthesized and control all the activities of the cell. In other words, DNA control all the metabolism and the activities of the cell. And in the chemical composition of DNA, DNA is made up of nucleotides, and many nucleotides link together in long chains called polynucleotide chains, and two polynucleotide chains link together, twisted around each other by making hydrogen bonding. They form a one DNA molecule, and each chromosome is made up of two chromatids, and each chromatid is made up of two DNA molecules. And what about the nucleotides? As I show here, the nucleotide is made up of three molecules: phosphate, deoxyribose sugar, and a nitrogenous base. So four types of nucleotides in all the DNA molecules. So students, this is all about the DNA. And in this way, we completed this chapter of biological molecule, as I told you earlier, and we continue in my next video with the plant nutrition. And according to the new syllabi, I will discuss and explain you each and every step of it. And inshallah, I will also discuss, make videos. Kindly send me your messages and write comments. that which type of ATP questions or structure question you want to be discussed here. So in next video, we will continue with the plant nutrition. Thank you very much and Allah Hafiz.